The NBA is undoubtedly the largest basketball league in the world. You won't find any other league with a greater number of players with so much skill and level of crazy. 2023 has been one of the most exciting seasons. Here are the top 50 craziest plays in the 2023 NBA season. Coming in at number 50, it's Bam Adebayo with authority. Just look at that. Such power in a single dunk. But Adebayo has nothing on this next ferocious throwdown. Shaedon Sharpe, how do you do that? That was a grown man dunk. Which reminds me of everything in this Damian Lillard shoot. Now that's one way to cap off of 41-point halves. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, here's some Luka magic. I'm not sure which is more hype, the dunk or the reaction. Either way, it's still not as high as Nikola Jokic against the Spurs. Leave it to Jokic to whip an unexpected pass past 3 Spurs defenders. But Jokic isn't the first player to leave the fans speechless this season. Watch what Paolo Banchero did in his very first game. If this play is an indication, opposing teams are in for a tough 15 years. That said, he could also learn a thing or two from Evan Mobley. Give me that ball. Sheesh, that rejection was hard. Mike Conley, on the contrary, is 35 years old and his age is starting to show. Nobody told me there was a slip and slide at the Target Center. It's one thing to touch earth, it's another to impersonate your teammate. What a move by Dante. Safe to say Dante DiVincenzo has learned a thing or two from Steph Curry. This play by Josh Hart will get you out of your seat. With a triple from the corner, it's Josh Hart's turn to be the hero. Hold up, it wasn't Jimmy Butler or Damian Lillard with the game-winning shot, it was Josh freaking Hart. Safe to say Marcus Smart will be proud of this play because with this vicious poster dunk and the intimidating stare down, Naismith probably just peed himself, which is a complete 180 from what Jamal Murray did. You know you've made it when King James gives you a thumbs up. Meanwhile, Andrew Wiggins isn't making game winners, he snatches souls. Bol doesn't need a thumbs up or a pat on the back, he knows he's made it with that dunk. Keep this up, and Bol will be giving players nightmares just like LeBron James is giving Dillon Brooks nightmares. Brooks can talk the talk, but walking the walk is a whole different story. But if that's a different story, then this play is a different genre, because the last thing Joel Embiid expected was this. This brings us to our next play. Robert Williams' crazy alley oop dunk. Make no mistake, his athleticism is extraordinary, but not as extraordinary as Daniel Gafford's monster block. But Nikola Jokic isn't worried about 41-point halves with this assist. Moving on to this Jason Tatum block. Donovan Mitchell was not happy with that. If Donovan Mitchell is the spider, then that makes Tatum the lizard. This takes us to the sideline fashionista Ben Simmons in this steal and assist for Kevin Durant. Now let's transition from Simmons' defensive stand to the upcoming Jackson Hayes the team. He must be taking notes from our next play. Jeremy Sochan woke up and chose a violence, but sometimes it's less about choosing violence and more about having ice in your veins. The Greek freak Giannis isn't just a killer, he's a menace to society. Just look at this. Someone needs to take that crown off LeBron and hand it over to Giannis. Speaking of which, Christian Wood is also living the dream by getting passes from the one and only Luka Doncic. This alley-oop pass from LeBron. If you weren't already convinced, now you know LeBron is the chosen one. That said, our next play doesn't come from the chosen one. It comes from the fat boy. What a shot, as Nikolai Jokic likes to say, don't bet against the fat boy. Speaking of which, you also shouldn't bet against Jamal Murray either. We might as well start betting on Shaedon Sharpe as well. Which brings us back to Jamal Murray because he didn't embarrass one but 2 OKC defenders with that dunk. Which reminds me of Zaire Williams. I don't know what he ate before the game, but I'm going to need some of that. On the other hand, look at the slam by Jason Tatum. Not even Jared Allen's precious fro could prevent that dunk. Which reminds me, it's going to take a whole lot more than the afro to stop Stephen Curry. Let's just say there's a reason why Curry holds the all-time record for three-pointers. However, the Golden State Warriors don't just need Chef Curry, they need Kevin Looney. It's not often the game goes into double overtime, and it's even less often you see a putback buzzer beater like that. But do you know what happens often? Anthony Edwards dunking the basketball defensively. But at least he didn't experience what the Bulls went through from AJ Griffin. We're past the halfway point of this video, and there's no better way to raise the stakes than with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Check out this late-game heroics from New York's most hated man, Julius Randle. How did Luka Doncic make this incredible back pass? Miles Turner brings the house down with this dunk. Watch Matt Ryan hit this clutch three-pointer. Perfection. Watch this from James Harden. If there's anything we know about the NBA, it's that the Celtics and Sixers rivalry will never end. The last 10 plays will leave you jaw-dropped, starting with Jaren Jackson's mind-boggling left-handed putback dunk. At this point, Anthony Davis should just skip the flight back to Los Angeles and book a one-way ticket to Cancun. De'Aaron Fox isn't ready to go to Cancun just yet. Too bad it wasn't a home game, otherwise the Kings could light the beam. But Ja Morant doesn't want to light any beams, he wants murder. It's already bad enough losing by 20 points, but John Moran just made it feel like 50. Yet somehow it might not be his best dunk of the season. How in the world did this dude not win a dunk contest? But enough about Aaron Gordon. I know what you guys came to see. How on earth did he find Hardy? He found him, and more importantly, Hardy hit the shot after they did find him. That's amazing. Nah, bruh, I'm speechless. Definitely assist of the year. However, Ja Morant also leaves me stunned, and I'm not just talking off the court. Look at this. Trae Young is too cold. He may not be Luka or Ja Morant, but he still shows up when it matters most. Speaking of which, no moment felt more important than what happened on February 8, 2023, with hundreds of celebrities in attendance. LeBron James knew it was time to make history. The all-time leading scorer, 38,388 points. That's the equivalent of making 3,199 dozen cookies, reading the Bible 30 times, or scoring 12,796 three-pointers. Unreal, but still not as unreal as December 27, 2022. On that fateful day, millions of fans witnessed history when they were least expecting it. 60 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, and one jaw-dropping shot, 1 second left on the clock. Trust Luka to deliver. It doesn't get any better than that, except for the top play from the 2023 NBA season. With time winding down and the Celtic season in the air, it all came down to this. Despite all the bumps in the road, all the hard hours of practice, and all the years of preparation, it's all worth it for a moment like this. What are you waiting for? You made it this far, you might as well keep going. Watch our other videos and subscribe to our channel for more content.